Call to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The meeting was recorded, just so everyone's aware. Public comments, special presentations. We have a visitor here. Would you like to identify yourself? Do you have something to say?
Ken just thought this was a good idea for me to attend, so I'm just kind of observance.
Okay, well, welcome. Thank you. All right, I would like to break into an executive session for a brief amount of time. So, yeah, if you could please excuse us. Executive session consisted of discussing some health issues of two of our inmates. First item on the agenda, approval of the minutes from the March 21st board meeting. And I should note there was no April 25th meeting.
Motion to approve minutes.
Second.
Any discussion or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Old business, update on the release center visit, the state hospital facility. We have been contacted by the state, and they are requesting a conference call with us, and I've requested that Pam set up a conference call date and time that's agreeable with everyone. If you haven't received that yet, it's probably because Pam's still working on it. Anybody who wants to be included is certainly welcome to attend that conference call. We will discuss 3 different aspects of the building. One being, renting a portion of it, renting more office space in regard to that, and the potential to lease the entire building. So that will be discussed. And that's all I really have on that. Next item, does anyone have any questions? Okay, moving on. Fiscal report.
2 accounts payable runs this month for the Warren County Jail Prison. $47,777.31 is the total. And we may be cutting one more quick check right away to bring the total up to $60,325.51, purely because we had shipments being received and just with turnover of people. Invoice, packing slips, something didn't get matched to invoices, so we have several months worth of invoices for Bimbo Foods to be paid at once, which would be $12,552.20, which Bimbo Foods would like some money. So.
Is that it? Any questions or concerns for Judy? Fiscal report?
So has that issue been corrected as far as matching and getting the paperwork?
Yep.
So it doesn't delay them again? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Do we need a motion to approve that, or?
I don't know that have we ever approved a fiscal report?
I don't know.
So.
I don't know.
Okay. Let's move on to the sheriff warden report.
For last month, we had highest daily population of 129 inmates. Our average population was 125. Of the 125, we had 55 sentenced inmates from the county, 7 sentenced to state facilities, 11 inmates from Forest County, billed for 183 days served.
As a point of order, we should apparently approve the fiscal report because I'm looking through the minutes. And the minutes that we just approved, which apparently there's an error because it says motion was made, motion carried unanimously, seconded by Commissioner Jeff Nicholson.
And motion carried.
Yeah, unanimously. There you go. So,
All right, let's, yeah.
For this month, I move to approve the fiscal report and the warden's report.
I will second that.
Any further discussion or comments?
Just this 1 month? You said for this month.
Yeah,
No more questions.
meaning I was getting rid of, I don't even know what to do about last time. I wasn't here.
There you go.
All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Capital projects, elevator repair project and the locking mechanisms. Do you have any further updates?
Nothing for the office.
Elevator still working?
Yep. Wish you wouldn't ask me that.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those things that we'll have to have the engineering firm turn this stuff over to them, especially once we get the air conditioning system fixed,
Okay.
to start taking a look at that, evaluating it, and get their 2 cents on it.
Well, I don't know if we can do that because we are under contract with Mr. Sigmund.
Well, if anybody could produce the
I
contract.
haven't.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't aware that there was a contract, or I was aware that he had said that there was a contract. I've never seen
You
it.
said you do have one?
I
Cindy?
do.
Okay.
Is there any termination clause? Because how long has it been?
I can go and get it if you'd like to look at it. I'm not sure what the, let me see if I can find
I
it.
don't know that we have to review it right this minute.
Well, I do have it. I will review it and I will let you know. I can update everyone on if there is a termination clause. I don't believe that there, from my understanding, when I reviewed the contract, it was still a viable contract. And so I believe that we are under contract with him.
Who last put pressure on him to perform?
I believe it was John and I.
You got the results. I didn't.
Right.
If you could forward that to us, that would be helpful, so we could all review.
I thought you had that, and that's why I sent a request to him, because you had mentioned at a previous meeting that you had an email from him with the contract, so I asked him if he would forward it to me as well. And he said, and so he did.
Yeah, I don't have a contract form, so yeah, that would be very helpful.
Okay. All right, and locking mechanisms, we're just still on hold?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any
So-
questions?
Back to the elevator for a minute. So would the engineering firm oversee it and have him be the architect? Or is the intent that he would oversee the whole project and be the engineering firm?
We can have a conversation about how we move forward with it, depending upon what the nature of this contract is with Steve. Whether it's Steve or the engineering firm, in either case, they're going to review the specs on it and then rebid the project with a more detailed spec sheet that's going to produce savings.
Right, because that's pretty much where we left off, was
Yep.
getting a spec sheet on it.
Well, let me just say this. I had a conversation with Mr. Sigmund, and he approached me and asked if he was still the engineer on the project.
How
Okay.
recently?
Mother's Day.
And you confirmed?
I said,
So is he doing the
I
work?
said, if you can forward me the contract, so I can read it.
Okay.
Guess we'll go from there then.
Mhm.
Okay.
All
I mean, he
right.
was actually brought into that with the former board,
Yes.
so it's,
Right.
Yes,
That's how
and
long
they-
this has been.
yeah, that's, well,
But
did
that's
they go out
not
for
entirely
bids?
his fault. We had a prison board meeting where we brought him in, and we had, I believe it was 5 different quotes on elevators at that time, didn't we? And
There's
we were reviewing 2 potential candidates, the top 2 that he was recommending, and we asked him to go out and get more pricing and more information from the other 3.
I thought the holdup was that he never produced a spec sheet in order to send out for bid.
Because my recollection was, on those bids that we did have, they were like apples and oranges.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely right.
And then there is I think the concern of the pit
Yes,
being in the state as well, so.
because one included the pit and one didn't.
And I would expect that those quotes are probably expired by now.
Yes, I
so.
would guess that's true. So I'll review the contract, I can forward it to all of you with Mr. Sigmund, and then we can move forward from there. You can either ask him if he's interested in continuing and actually being aggressive with this, or you can look elsewhere. All right, any further questions or concerns? Okay, new business? And to bring,
Yeah, our phone service provider, our contract is up in November. I sent emails, our current contract with Securus and a proposal from IC Solutions. Would it be okay if I move forward with IC Solutions? Have you guys had an opportunity to look at the contracts? Not you, commissioners, I guess.
I've reviewed them. I would like to have some input from Bill Gallagher, just to know that they work in collaboration with our other system.
Bill actually, the second time we had him come up, Bill sat in on the demonstration and the proposal, because he thought he may have had an idea. He approved this company, but yeah, I think it's a good idea to sit down with Bill and he can tell you some more about it. But the company's not going to, in their proposal and their contract, their rates, it's going to be less per phone call for the inmates, which will take some of the burden from the friends and family that put money on their accounts. And we will, according to their proposal, we'll be making a lot more money than what we are now. So.
Sounds good.
Does, maybe we could move on this at this time, and then barring any other, feedback from Bill that says maybe this isn't exactly what we're looking for.
I think it's a 90-day cancellation with our current phone provider, which is November, so we have some time still.
Oh, okay. So you want to wait till next month then?
That'll work.
Okay. All right.
Is the money you said the money that the county gets off of that, or the jail, gets off of that, does that go to the commissary account, or does that just go to jail overall?
The phone system
Yes.
goes to general fund, I believe, doesn't it?
Does it?
Chris gives you a check from Securus?
I didn't know how
Yeah.
it was stipulated. Okay.
The other topic I wanted to discuss, some equipment for the inmates to be purchased by the inmate commissary account, recreation equipment. We have a yard right now, and the only thing that they can do out there is play handball. There's really nothing else for them to do. I picked out from Bob Barker, our jail supplier, 6 different pieces of equipment. And it's outdoor equipment, something you'd see, at a park somewhere. Very good quality stuff. And again,
No golf clubs?
huh?
No golf
No
clubs?
golf clubs.
Okay.
But it's good equipment that all the correctional facilities use, and I wondered if it'd be all right to, I talked to Judy about it, to purchase these through the inmate commissary account.
What's the total cost?
He's working on the price for me.
So you mentioned other prisons use the
Yes.
equipment.
Yep.
Is there any issue with liability with them using it, getting hurt?
We have a waiver that they sign.
Okay.
When we did have rec equipment inside the building, during their booking process, they have to sign a waiver if they choose to use the equipment. So if we do get more equipment, we'll implement the signing of the waiver again.
So is this gonna go in the rec room?
Outside.
It's gonna go in the yard?
Yep.
Is there any concern, is there any concern about it getting wet? I mean, because there's space, isn't
No,
that,
they're outdoor.
they're outdoor
Those are
equipment?
all outdoor. It's all outdoor
Okay.
equipment.
I mean, I think that if it's something that they're gonna utilize and keep them occupied, it comes out of the commissary.
Right.
This is pretty much standard for
Yes.
other facilities.
Yep. It's from Bob Barker, and they're strictly jail supplies. Other facilities use the same type of equipment. So
Okay.
that's all outdoor.
So this would be just for inmates?
Yep.
Okay.
There's something different about this equipment than we go into Dick's Sporting Goods and buying equipment.
I think because it's so heavy duty and corrections have gone through all that, corrections facilities, just to make sure there's There's really no parts that can be accessed by inmates.
That's usually the higher price.
Exactly, right, right.
Just so you cover all the bolts up and
Yep.
everything you pull out the machinery.
In the past, we've disallowed workout equipment because you didn't want the inmates bulking up due to the liability against our employees.
Right.
Is there a reason that you're waiving that for this?
This is more cardio equipment as opposed to lifting the free weights, the machine weights, stuff like that we had at that time. I would never consider letting them lift the free weights and stuff again. Those are more resistance machines, and you're not, I mean, you can sit there and do it 1,000 times, but you're not going to get the strength and bulk you would from free weights.
I don't know that I agree with that when you're talking about pull-up bars and stuff like that. I mean, sure, the elliptical, you can do whatever you want, but I don't know, press pull board, pull-up station.
Well, if we have this too and not the handball anymore, we don't have to worry about them running and diving for a ball on concrete and the concrete walls. This is a little safer in my eyes.
And if there's something that you feel might be a piece of equipment that they could get stronger and
No,
we'll get
I
rid of
don't
it.
really have a concern if you don't have a concern. It just seemed inconsistent to me.
Right. Yeah, I think this equipment that I've looked at here, the row machine, sit-up, bike, they could sit in their cell and do pull-ups on the top bunk. But we have eliminated 95% of any type of strength equipment that they had at one time. This, I look at more cardio, repetitious workouts. I mean, I don't.
Expending energy.
Right.
So the handball court is going to go away, this is going to be replaced.
Correct.
But you said the handball court was wearing out the shoes, I
just ordered more today.
I'd make a motion to approve the purchase of equipment utilizing commissary funds based on the recommendations of the warden.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, I just have one more question. Deputy Warden, or with your background, do you have any issues?
None.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All in favor, please state aye. Aye. Motion carries. Anything further from anyone on the board? Next meeting date is June 27th at 1:30. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Wait, I did have one thing. You said you had a waiver that they had signed in the past. Was that a waiver, because our solicitor looked at the waiver? I know he's done some waivers for other things recently. Or was that an initial waiver?
The waiver that we just got implemented, we might be able to use that.
Yeah.
I
We
don't see why we
could
couldn't.
repurpose that
Right.
for the inmates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.